So once we start using robotic, we need to understand the components of the robotic system. We need to learn the pre-planning, CT scan and segmentation and the plan itself. We have to shift from a 2D templating to a 3D based planning when we are shifting from a conventional surgeon to a robotic surgeon, and that is a part of our learning curve. We have to shift our focus of intraoperative thinking from instruments using anatomical landmarks intraoperatively to landmarks as per the CT scan and the intraoperative system. We need to do adjustment of our pre-operative virtual plan according to the intraoperative feedback. Intraoperative specific, patient-specific customization has to be done. We have to think and we have to adapt to the thinking about resecting the bone thickness, considering the cartilage thickness also. So the system will show the values as per the bony landmarks, whereas we have to think about the cartilage thickness as well. We need to understand the effects of adjustment in one aspect of preoperative plan on the other parameters. So when we are changing the, we are adjusting the rotation of the femoral component, how it is going to affect the other component, that we have to keep in mind continuously. We need to practice and adapt the surgical skills for bone registration. So, I mean, how much deep we need to press the probe on a cartilage, how much on the bone we need to just touch on the bone, and that way, because the CT scan understands the bony landmarks. We have to learn to work in a space with limitations of non-obscuring the path between the arrays and the camera. So on the side where the camera is, we need to adjust the position of the assistants. We need to learn to juggle between the femoral array, tibial array, and robotic arm. We need to learn the art of capturing proper intraoperative gaps and understanding the ligament balancing based on these numbers. So we are always used to have the feel in conventional things, but we need to learn the art of capturing the gaps and converting them into numbers and then making the adjustments. We need to do coordination with the staff, the robotic technician, the nursing staff, surgical assistant, all of them have to be tuned to the new systems. Robotic arm is a haptic tool, so we need to use it to the perfection and we need to believe in the robot. So we have to work with the how to use a saw loaded on a robotic arm. So we need to learn to believe on the robot. We need to have certain learning skills outside the OT also, to learn the economics involved, learn to emphasize on patient the advantages of the technology and pass on the advantages of the technology to them. How to make this learning curve easy? We need to read extensively, sawbone and cadaveric courses we should attend. We should watch videos on WooMedi, YouTube and other sites. Spend time to attend conferences, surgeon visitations to improve our skills, and repeatedly introspect, rethink and revise how is our own progress. So in these few papers, the learning curve has been, it shows that the improvement of the operative time, there is a constant improvement in the operative time from 6 months to 1 year. In this paper, Hannes suggested that the learning curve is between 14 to 43 patients. My own learning curve, after first 100 cases, we could, after the learning curve to be time equal was around 44 to 45 patients. And after, this is the data after 100 cases. Thank you very much.